Welcome to the Backwards Beats Podcast Sidetrack Edition.
Sí.
My name is Carl Carter Fansteel.
Me llamo Dan Woodard.
Sí, senor. And this would be our second piece of sidetrack content, third maybe.
This will be our third, but our second Convince Me episode.
That's right. Thank you so much. What would I do without you? What's a Convince Me episode all about?
It's where I'm going to try to convince you that maybe this piece of music we're about to dive into is good.
Yeah.
Enjoyable. Maybe something that you haven't spent time with, maybe familiar with, but haven't spent time with, and hopefully you will appreciate.
I love it. And these albums that we've been suggesting for each other are not on the top 500 list, to the best of our knowledge.
Correct.
We've done enough to ask internet robots whether they are or not.
Yeah, I did almost mud in my pants because this one was on the list in 2003
and got the bump.
Got the bump
in the 23.
In the 20, yeah, like 2012, I think. Yeah.
Okay, heard.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been off for some time.
Yeah, because when I saw that, when I was looking something up about this album, I'm like, oh no, I've sent you down a wrong path because we can't talk about it, but we can talk about it.
In all fairness, the fact that it made the list once means you probably sent me down a decent path.
Yeah, I stand by this album.
So last week I gave Dan the challenge of listening to Real Big Fish's kind of like breakout album, which was Turn the Radio Off.
That's correct.
In turn, you have given me Jane's Addiction's version of that.
Yes.
Which is called
Nothing's Shocking.
Yep. Nothing's with an S, I finally recognized today.
Oh, yeah, you thought it was Nothing Shocking?
It's indeed.
Yes, it is. Nothing is shocking.
Yes.
It's the contraction.
Nothing's.
Yes.
And this album is not as long. I tasked you. Actually, when you look at the duration, it is.
Yep.
The Real Big Fish album had 15 songs. This one has 10.
Mm-hmm.
There is a bonus track on it.
So yes and no. So Pigs and Zen is the 11th song, and it just depended on which medium you acquired it up.
I acquired this via the Spitify.
Right. So I think on the album, Pigs and Zen was not there, and on the CD it was.
Heard.
So it's not like it's a bonus track in as much as Pigs and Zen is a song. So this is Jane's Addiction's first album. They did have an EP before this.
I was going to say, there's a work that's dated earlier than it, but this is the first full length I could find.
Yep. And the first album was just called Jane's Addiction. It was mostly live tracks. It did have Pigs and Zen, a live version of Pigs and Zen, which is the last song on this. I don't know the story on Pigs and Zen, how it was recorded, but on this album, it does not sound like any of the other music production-wise.
Yes.
Right? So it does stand out why it feels like
it was made as a single somewhere.
Yep. Yeah.
But not in the same way you make a single today.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was just a popular song from them live in their early days, and
so they're like, let's reprise it.
Yep, let's do that. Yeah.
Well, as tradition would have it, generally you kick us off with some background knowledge about a band, and this is one you happen to probably know a lot more about than last week's.
I do. Jane's Addiction started in 1985 after the breakup of Perry Farrell, the lead singer's previous band called Psycom. I don't know why they would have broken up. Perry Farrell seems like a completely normal person to hang out with.
Totally relatable, relaxed.
Totally chill dude. Yep. The original lineup features Perry Farrell on vocals, Dave Navarro on guitar, Eric Avery on bass, and Stephen Perkins on the drums and percussion. He had a very interesting set in the time. And the name came from Farrell's former roommate, girlfriend-ish, Jane Banter, who they famously did plenty of heroin together. She was an addict.
Heard.
So not even a joke.
Wow. That's kind of like doxing.
It's kind of...
What a dick move, bro.
Yeah. I'm not sure that it bothered her in the time. I think it bothered her posthumously.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to get a job.
I'm Jane from Jane's Addiction.
Hi, that's me.
This is about me. See all my track marks? That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to go into medical sales.
So Perry and Eric Avery previously played together in the sort of post-punk scene. They had influence from punk and psychedelic rock and art rock, which you hear spread through this. Dave Navarro brought a very technical bent to this, heavy guitar. He's more of like a Zeppelin guy, Van Halen guy.
Sticking my thing inside a Carmen Electra type of guy.
He became that, yeah. And then Stephen Perkins came with this more like tribal and funk infused drumming, and you sort of get that. And I can tell a story later on about that. They became pretty big in Los Angeles. I mentioned they had their 1987 release, which is a live album recorded at the Roxy Theater in Hollywood. And it features Jane Said and Pigs and Zen on there. Fairly different versions. It's a really cool EP. It's really well recorded too.
That's good to hear. Live recordings often aren't.
Yeah, and they do, I think, a cool version of "Sympathy for the Devil" by Rolling Stones on that.
Funny you say that. During my listens, you let the track run, and once the last one expires, you're depending on which streaming service you're using, we'll just go into some oblivion. And that was one of the first ones to pop up on a listen recently. It rolled right into live "Sympathy for a Devil," and I was like, interesting, but it actually clicks.
Their version?
Their version.
Yeah. I think they do a really good job with it.
I was impressed.
Yeah. It's not an easy song to cover. Not an easy song because it's easy to make it sound stupid.
It's 3 chords, and it's all about attitude.
Yep.
And that's one thing he's got in spades.
He's not afraid of the attitude. And what's really interesting to me about them, and one of the reasons I gave them to you is, this album came out, in like 1988. And in 1988, like the bands that were popular sounded nothing like this.
Yeah, Whitesnake.
Cinderella. Poison, Motley Crue, right? They were big at the time. And glam metal was the thing, or one of the things.
It was slowly evolving into the new rock game.
Yeah.
But the fact that this could have been a branch.
Right.
Pretty unique.
Yeah. There's nothing like this album.
In context, I agree. I looked at you in awe when we started our evening off tonight and said, I swore I read this as 1998 the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
Which would have checked out way harder in my mind.
Right.
And then just look back today and see it at 88. I was like, this is just ahead of its time.
Yeah. It did fine. It was 103 in the Billboard Top 200. Eventually certified platinum and fairly well respected. One of the reasons I gave this to you is I was fortunate enough to get this album pretty much kind of when it came out. I think my friend bought it for the album cover.
Yeah. I mean, what's better than 2 boobs?
4 boobs.
There it is.
Yeah. Siamese twins, which is a piece of artwork that Perry Farrell put together, did Light the Hair on Fire.
I like that the rocking chair moves side to side rather than back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
And the movement
and was like pretty much transfixed by it. It was so unique compared to what I'd been listening to at the time. I was lucky enough, I saw them in March of 1989 at this small club in Northampton, Massachusetts called Pearl Street. And it's maybe 8x10 size. Mm-hmm. Maybe. It's like small.
800?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a small club. And it was such an incredible experience. In 1988, how old am I? I'm 16. And they put on a phenomenal show. And they had, cage dancers and all this whole thing going on. It was a really just a cool night. Northampton is this interesting town in southwestern Massachusetts, fairly artsy for the time. It's sits in sort of this 5 college area of Western Massachusetts, and right in Northampton, the main one is Smith College. It's a girls' college. But you're not far from UMass Amherst and Amherst College and Mount Holyoke. That's sort of the 5 colleges. I think I mentioned 5. There's one more I might be missing. Westfield State, I think maybe that fits there. But anyway, it's just this really cool town that was, for Western Massachusetts in the Pioneer Valley, was it was interesting. The small town that I grew up in was this kind of mix of, I'll be very pejorative here, but I'll say hippies and rednecks, right? Or blue collar and artisans.
Sure.
Might be another way to look at it. And in the 80s, that was a bit of a clash more than it was a melding. Mm-hmm. A lot of people were moving into these, moving into these farmhouses and doing glass blowing, and they were farmers.
Yep. Right?
And Northampton didn't give a shit about all that. It was a little bit more, let's say, liberal and
progressive
and intellectual with the college scene. And there's always a really interesting spot in the Club of Pearl Street. Was one of those places, like, it was runoff from the Boston scene or the New York scene that for bands that were emerging.
Sure.
So you got to see some really cool stuff.
Well, when you're touring, you have to find places to catch in between the spots. If you're in our area, I mean, Richmond has become a hub like that. Charlottesville is what I think ringing mind the most as you speak about this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And so this album for me hits me from that era. And I have several like spots in my life where this album just sort of hit me in an interesting way. It's not something I listen to all the time, but when I listen to it, I'm ready for it. Mm-hmm. And so I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't think there's really anything there are things that sound like it now or closer to it, but I still think it's its own unique piece of art.
I agree. It's contemporary. It would be hard to put your finger on.
Yeah.
I can see influence in post for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm still kind of stunned by how early this came out and the sound that they were able to achieve.
Yeah.
And, you know, I always put Jane's Addiction in a bag that kind of sat with these weird rockers. Like, like they were always in my mind. Like, if you had to bunch them, which is tough to do, you bunch them with Flaming Lips, Sonic Youth, the Pixies. They get like, they're like the alternative man's rock in my mind. They never were a pop. They never got it in my stupid unbuilt rating system. I had like the Breach,
right?
Because they were just druggy and weird enough that like they weren't allowed to take that one extra step over the threshold.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And some of their bigger hits that came out on their second album were they're really well made, but almost gimmicks. Like Been Caught Stealing with the dogs barking and that sort of stuff. Cool guitar sound and like it's a banging bass line, that sort of stuff. But it feels more like a gimmick than anything.
It doesn't feel like what I heard on this album at all.
It does not. Same thing with Stop, which I love that song, but
yeah, that's and that's where you start to see like authenticity. Mm-hmm. And, you know, even like you look at a band who I consider highly authentic, who didn't get down the road as far as these guys did because of Lost, which easily could have been half of these dudes, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Is like Blind Melon.
Yep.
Never got their way down the road. Because when you take a loss like that, you're done.
Yeah.
You're cooked. You can't go fill that hole, that void with something that was so unique.
Yeah.
In a weird way, it shares a lot of the same energy of this without sharing the same instrumentation or use of instrumentation, production style.
We have vocal timbre that is not far from each other.
Exactly.
Yep.
I never really wanted to give Jane's Addiction the time of day because of the couple of radio plays that they got. I always kind of knew secretly there was something behind the curtain here, because you wouldn't have this massive underground diehard fan scheme if there wasn't. Yeah. Really, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And there is an energy to them that is undeniable, even in some of the pop stuff, whether you're listening to, you know, Been Caught Stealing or your intro to Entourage.
Yeah.
There's just kind of something that hits with it. It sounds undeniably LA in the 90s.
This definitely
is what my head says every time.
Yep. Yeah, there's California written all over this.
Precisely.
Yep. Yeah. Any other thoughts before we walk into this?
No, that's your section, man. So I always appreciate the little bit of education on it, and your perspective, of course, because you really got to be in this.
Yep.
No, what we'll do is we'll take a quick break, and I'll read you through my notes about what I heard.
Yeah.
Look, I get it. You're 50 years old, you spent through all your cash, and now you're just a heritage act. You're squeezed into your leather pants, and you look across the stage at the guy you ain't liked since 1992. You want to punch him in his stupid mouth, I get it. But the second you land that left cross, the lawyers get involved, and there goes your payday. That's why you call Proxy Punch. We turn your backstage hatred into a front row blood sport. You keep singing your little songs, and our guys will handle the violence. You and your bandmate and former best friend each pick a fighter from our stable. And then you put your tour guarantee on the line. Right there during the big guitar solo, we'll let the chains off. Two absolute maniacs sprint out from the wings and start wailing on each other right next to the bass rig. The crowd gets that raw, vicious energy they paid $300 for, while you and the bands are backstage at intermission checking out the odds, counting the buy-in. Don't ruin the merchandise revenue just because you hate the way your lead guitarist breathes. Proxy Punch. Put your money where your malice is.
I read a chart the other day on Reddit. And it was correlations between countries that use their hands versus silverware to eat.
Okay. And what is the correlation?
Deaths from diarrhea.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And who dies more? I bet it's silverware.
No. I went, all right, I can't ever unsee that now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fork and knife a taco, but like it stuck with me for like a week. I've been like perseverating on it a little.
Well, all you have to do is just wash your hands after you go to the bathroom.
I agree. And I don't consider eating with your hands. I mean, we eat sandwiches, burgers, but like there's places people be scooping up like rice and sauce. And I'm like, man, I have no issue with you doing that. However, I get really weird about the feeling of my hands. I would not survive well. It's a me problem.
So have you ever been to an Ethiopian restaurant?
Yes, but I get down on the Ethiopian restaurant because of the bread. That's just the glorified chips and salsas, I can tell myself.
Yep.
That's just a soft taco. Just different format.
But you're supposed to feed the person you're with. That's their tradition is you scoop the stuff up and you put it in the other person's mouth. And,
Yes.
and the first time Sharon and I went there, like, we're not doing that. We're not.
I think you do it once to like give it the nod and you're like, all right, we're done
I'm
with
done.
that.
I'm going to eat my own food.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not going to lady and tramp the shit.
No. Well, that'd be mouth to mouth.
Ass. I mean, we have a great Ethiopian culture around here. Around East Parch.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the restaurant. In Frederick, there's a really good Ethiopian restaurant.
I should know the name of this, and I know exactly which one you're talking about. Damn it.
Yeah. But anyway.
I will be corrected by someone soon on this one. All right, so the album is the technical album, the one I'll review today.
Yep.
10 songs.
Yes.
And its runtime is 45 minutes. So not short songs, except for one of them.
Yep.
But I mean, the longest runs 7.5-ish.
Yep. Most of them are hit. There's two long ones. There's 13 minutes of songs that are long, and everything else is
within a normal run, especially for 88.
Yep. Yeah.
And it kicks off with a tune called Up the Beach, which I did not see coming.
Okay. Tell me more.
Well, first of all, what little vocalese exists in this song is so far buried back in effects, it immediately removed my biggest concern about this entire album and frankly their band, which is I generally don't like the sound of Perry Farrell's voice.
Okay.
I also just don't like the idea of Perry Farrell, even pre his most recent getting kicked out of his own band for punching Dave Navarro for essentially no reason.
Well, because he was drunk.
Well, yeah.
Because Perry was drunk.
Yeah. Drinking like out of a red wine bottle type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when you like read his wife like trying to like come to his defense yet again, you're just like, shut up. Everybody knows.
Everyone saw it. What's unfortunate is I saw him a few months before that at a Porno for Pyros gig. And even though he was rambling on, talking politics and stuff, drinking a bottle of wine, which was not that fun, he sounded good, but he did not sound good in the singing prior to him punching.
No,
Dave.
he looked pretty rough. I've seen the tape on it and listened.
Yeah.
And some people just have that voice. No one has his voice. He's one of one.
He's one of one.
Him and Gilbert Gottfried. But but some people just have a voice, and it's very polarizing. And his is by all means one of them. Billy Corgan is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
S.A. Martinez from 311, one of my favorite bands, definitely one of them.
Yep.
Love you, S.A. Not only do I not like Perry's voice in like my whole existence, I also just don't like his swagger and stuff like that. Like something about him where I'm just like, shut up, like earn it, you know?
Okay.
So the fact that this whole album opens and I don't have to listen to Perry Farrell at all, I'm like, nice. I just get to listen to the band.
Yeah.
And it sounds awesome. It's such a big, heavy, full rock sound. And I'm immediately drawn to this. And I'm like, so happy to be thrown a curveball out the gate. And it's not like they threw me the curveball.
Right.
I just made a shit ton of assumptions.
Right.
This is actually probably the art that they were looking for.
Yeah.
Things that strike me in this song, Dave Navarro is just an absolute monster.
Yeah.
He sounds so good. He plays so incredibly well. And not only in like the technical prowess of playing well, his tonalities fit the song, and he plays within the parameters of what his rhythm section is setting up incredibly well.
Yeah.
It's mixed well for 88.
Yeah.
It feels new and progressive, not buried in digital bullshit, though I'm sure there's plenty of it on there, but it's used tastefully.
Yeah. And while the drums are massively gated, the entire thing is it's more of a sound painting than a song, right? I mean, there's the clearest. Well, there's two clear parts. Eric Avery's bass part, very clear, and
it starts on it.
Yeah, doom doom, doom, yeah, and Navarro playing off of that. I assume you're talking about like his descending triplets. Yeah,
Clean.
Yeah, very good. And there is plenty of Perry Farrell in this song.
Yeah, he's
an instrument.
Precisely. He's not afraid to be an instrument.
Yeah.
So I respect that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I think it's just such a cool opener. Nice way to kind of like crack us into this album.
Yeah.
And then it segues almost. It just flows right into the second song, which is Ocean Size.
Yeah.
And that's really neat. And I wonder if there's a little bit of wordplay here, because he talks about being ocean size.
Yep.
But I also hear ocean's eyes.
Yeah.
And so there's one thing to be massive, which is what he's alluding to in his writing. But I don't know. I feel like there's a perspective play here that is deeper than the kind of elementary talk he's providing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's layers of meaning he's trying to stretch into the song.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's the first time now on this album you get to really hear him up front and center. He ain't stunning, but he's very stylistic. And, you were talking last week about how you had to work really hard walking into the Real Big Fish album to figure out why you're like, all of these trappings of ska music.
Yep.
I like, but why can't I get behind ska music?
Yep.
On the contrary, I know why I can't get behind Perry Farrell's voice.
Okay.
I find it distracting. It's often pitchy. It's squawky. It's jarring. Yet, even in this song, which is not one of the ones I've ever heard before, it kind of fits. Like, by kind of, I mean, it really can't imagine it without him. I wouldn't want to put Maynard James Keenan in here or Steven Tyler in here, or there's such a middle finger up LA rock and roll sound here that you kind of need whatever he is.
Yeah.
To be so cutting in this wall of sound.
Yeah, no, he's front and center here, and he's got, like you said, this attitude and swagger, but the song needs swagger, right? There's an awesome like riff that's going on in here, and these guitar parts, which are phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's aggressive playing up front on everybody in the band.
Yeah.
There's no pocket per se. There's a part.
Yeah.
But everybody's kind of pushing the beat, like they're out to get blood.
Yeah.
And that's what you need if you're going to frontman a project like this. Mm-hmm. It's effective.
Yeah.
I will say real quick, just if I may, on that same topic, he has a way of kind of surfing melodies. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? It's like he's responding to what he's hearing rather than writing a melody. Like, I imagine there's not a shit ton of consistency live from the album on songs that they don't really, really practice. There's rules that can be broken.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think there's this pitchy stuff that's going on here. When I say pitchy, he's sliding. It's not that he's pitchy per se. I mean, he's pitchy, but
he'll catch the note eventually.
He'll land on the note, but and
then he'll go right by it.
Yeah, and he'll pass it. There's this when he says like ocean. I'm talking about ocean. Like he's trying to do melisma. He's not really doing that,
but in his own way, he's creating something new.
Yes. Yep.
Not necessarily good, but he's creating something new. And Dave Navarro plays guitar almost drunkenly, but obviously not, because like the movements are so precise.
Yeah.
But it's like he's playing off of Perry at times. These lead blues inspired, but honestly like very classic rock licks.
Yep.
They offer this kind of swaying between the two of them that works. A lot of the drumming is just a little swung out.
Yep.
Obviously, a click track at times was just not a priority, and that's okay because it never falters. It always feels so concrete.
Yeah, they're playing together. I think they listen to each other very well.
Yes.
And that was my experience seeing them live.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Because once again, like I said, so many assumptions coming in.
Yeah. And they're all drugged up like this entire time, so nothing's shocking here, right?
Nothing's.
Yeah.
It's cool to come into this because my final note on this song is it's clear these guys weren't swinging for the fences on a pop song.
Nope.
You don't open an album this way if you are.
No.
So we're hearing guys play from themselves. I like that.
Yeah.
Which then rolls into song 3. Now, this one doesn't roll in like the first two did.
Right.
We moved to song number 3 called Had a Dad. Mm-hmm. And this is the first time I actually kind of like Perry Farrell. It's only taken 3 songs. I'm changing my goddamn tune.
Yeah.
I think that his lyrical content in this one feels authentic.
Mm-hmm. I like this more than Father of Mine.
Yeah. Arts Nafika Placopus.
Yeah.
God, they're so bad. So bad live. Oh, Everclear.
Yeah. So, had a dad big and strong. When I turn around, found my daddy gone.
Yeah. I mean, not the most complicated line, but if he's telling the truth, goddamn, son.
Yeah.
Or not, son.
Yeah.
It feels grounded emotionally. It feels like something I want to dig into. And he's not as flamboyant with his approach here.
No, he's down the middle more.
He's not trying to sing like anybody who's not him.
No.
He just cares more about, I think, getting the message across than he cares about woohooing.
Yeah. I mean, He mostly likes to sing major thirds.
He loves it. Everything sounds like a doorbell coming out of this guy.
Yeah.
I love this groove. It's kind of neat. You notice that this song doesn't have a traditional blues chart. It is a blues song.
It is.
It's playing 1717, but it's not. But it's a blues song. Between what he's saying and how they're playing, it ain't your mommy and daddy's blues.
No.
This is as blues as anything the fucking Black Crowes would do.
Yeah. Especially once you get to the solo, right? When he says, let's rock.
Dave Navarro at this point in time is batting 1,000. Like, just you can't lose with this dude. He's such a monster.
Yeah.
God, if he played half of this way in Chili Peppers, they would never take him for Johnny back.
No, I know. No.
Then again, that's a style thing.
Yeah, because he's way more. He's a rock guitar player.
He wants to play, but he has a lot of soul in his playing. There's a lot of rock guitar players who immediately a little better than him.
Yeah.
But he just has such a high, it's like 9s across the board. Like, and precision's a big one. In something that doesn't feel precise. Their songs don't feel precise, but man, he comes in, he'll do these runs and straighten them out. And your ears perk up.
Yeah. Yeah, because he starts to solo off with these double stop bends but they're
awesome
they're
bends.
in tune.
They're perfectly done.
Yeah.
There's precision there.
Yeah.
This moment, I like to break this album into thirds.
That's probably correct.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 10 songs, but minus one. But if you were to chunk this album away, here's your first third, second third, third. This is a really strong and bold statement for a band's maiden voyage.
Yeah.
Coming out with a lot of attitude, a lot of sound, pretty damn good players. And these songs are consistent with one another on the production front and on the energy front. And I really like that. Like, I would listen to that as an EP, regardless of my opinions on Perry Farrell.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. Then we shift.
We do. We slow down for a minute.
We go to a song, which I just love the title.
Yeah.
Ted, just admit it.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't admit it.
I did not see this one coming, but it checks out with their persona.
Yeah. So it's about Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
I literally quotes of him.
I gathered that.
Yeah.
And so, they get the, you start off with this like kind of faux reggae groove.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm calling it faux is because there's no kick drum on the 3 where it should be.
Yeah.
But very much islandy, using tom-toms, some pretty cool panning techniques going on.
Yeah.
Not every day you just air your drummer out for a slow drum intro, but cool idea.
Yeah.
Caught my ear immediately.
This was awesome live.
Oh, I bet this was so kick-ass live.
Yeah.
And
this is a 7-minute song. I think it was probably like a 21-minute song when
I'd watch that. I would watch that.
Yeah.
Because what happens is they drop in this bass line. It's not a reggae bass line.
It's a cool bass line though.
This is a groove oriented song. And then Navarro does what he does so well. He's found like this like tenor layer and just like lays into it with like way too much like slow fade wah and just creates this like fucked up semen covered velvet layer. And you're just like, what is this? And then sure enough, lo-fi quality Ted Bundy quotes.
Yep.
And you're just like, oh, we're there.
Yeah.
Now it took me several listens to figure out what that was. I had to go look it up.
Yep.
But now you're like, there's a stage being set. What I really like about this song is the build.
Yeah.
How many different versions, genres of rock and roll can one band go through in a single piece?
Yeah. No, the song just morphs.
5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 6, 7. It's insanity.
Yeah.
And so they rely on, to keep the energy building throughout the course of the song, they rely on not more volume or saturation. They just kind of change the style a little bit.
Yeah.
Add a new element. Not so different than our friends in Real Big Fish who had 3 versions of this. Then they would play with cut time, full time, and double time.
Yep.
Here we're playing with different versions of rock and roll.
Yep.
Perry's convincingly singing through all of this.
Yeah.
I don't love his vocal performance, but once again, like, you gotta applaud it. I don't know who else is gonna do this. Take a guy who's probably in formulating something like this at the time I respect a lot, which is Lenny Kravitz. Doesn't have the gusto, doesn't have the strength, doesn't have the presence to do this.
Right.
You know, look at 90s people. Take any one of the grunge babies. Not a single one of those guys could carry this.
No, they couldn't. Better singers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you let Dave Grohl have a shot at it, but no. I'd rather hear David Bowie try it than any of them.
Yeah.
And you know my thoughts on his voice.
Right.
But it's because it's just broken enough.
Yeah. And I mean, when it's building, because you have that bass line that's pretty persistent for most of the first half of the first 2/3 of the song, really.
Even after that, it's variation.
Yep. And then it's like rhythmic introductions and Perry's vocal performance escalating a little bit. But the whole camera's got them images, camera's got them all, nothing shocking. Like that whole thing just keeps building very interestingly. And the way Navarro layers stuff in, I think is it's just really cool. And you talk about playing off of each other. You have Perry like hitting these high like squeals, and Dave's like right with him with pretty much a bluesy solo in the mid part of the song.
It's what we were saying last song. Yeah. Navarro plays with Perry.
Yeah.
The entire album, he's the game ball winner for me.
Yeah.
And has been. I mean, even 4 songs in, you could call it right here. But spoiler alert, he'll continue to be awesome at what he does.
Yeah.
And it's no surprise that he fell into the lap of the Chili Peppers eventually, because talk about singers who I think have taken a lot, especially from Perry, look no further than Anthony Kiedis.
Right.
He was not a particularly good singer.
Nope.
I much prefer him. But
well, he's down a few pitches and doesn't have the squeal, and
he still has style.
Yep.
There's style here.
Yeah.
And sometimes Farrell's works, sometimes it doesn't, in my mind. So far, it's clicked more than it hasn't, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised to hear the band built themselves kind of around him and saw him as an equal part, you know, liability. Like, oh God, we're pigeonholing ourselves because we have to play around his weaknesses.
Yep.
But if you hit his strengths, it's effective.
Yeah. And you ever see the movie Natural Born Killers?
I have.
This is in that song. This is in the movie.
I was saying, I recognize a little bit of this.
Yeah, it's when Juliette Lewis, I can't remember her character, Mallory, and Mickey, they have a fight. They have a hostage in the room. They have a fight about the hostage.
Yep, that's right.
And then she goes out to the gas station, and
so this is the tune.
The song is playing in the background.
It's towards the beginning of the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because she kills him.
Yep.
You know, for giving her bad head. And what's the outro of this song? Sex is violence.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's screaming it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Way to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Well,
my favorite line in this one.
Hit us with it.
I'm the killer of people. You look like a meatball.
That is a good line. You look like a meatball.
Throw out your toothpicks and ask for your forgiveness. Like, I don't even know what that means, but
I'm not sure he did either. But damn, it's good.
Yeah, this song ends on 11. Given how slow it
actually
starts.
It ends in a funny way. It's very, very spaced out hard hits.
Yeah.
And yet they've removed a lot of like buffer, like a lot of wash.
Yeah.
And it still is like so hard.
Yeah.
This is where the rhythm section really gets my first big
Perkins' drums
kudo.
Are phenomenal. In this
one. There's some really, you have to be really creative and have a lot of discipline at the same time to roll through the chart that they did. It's really cool. Yeah, it's a really cool song.
Yeah.
I feel inclined to roll into the next one before taking the break, obviously.
Okay, that's fine.
Which is Standing in the Shower Thinking.
I love this song.
I love this song so much. And I think one of the reasons I really enjoy this tune is because how the hell do you follow up Ted Just Admit It?
Right.
Like that song's really, really heavy.
It is.
And on all fronts.
Yep.
And it's also long as hell. It's an experience. You
Yeah.
walk out of that one, you're like, you want to turn it off
Yep.
and sit for a sec.
Yeah.
Well, not if this is next. Yeah. So now you suddenly get this uncharacteristically on this album,
Yep.
upbeat, lighter tune that still has a lot of cool distortion and funk on it.
Yeah.
Perry's still kind of scream singing, yet you feel this weight lifted.
Yeah.
This is where I really love the lyrics. I just fucking love them. Oh man, I mean, and this is where he earns a few points with me in this attitude of his, which is like, look, if you're gonna be that guy, so be it, but don't you dare be a poser.
Right.
A poser wouldn't say the shit he says. When you admit to sitting in the shower thinking peeing on yourself,
Yeah.
great.
He's got deep thoughts.
We've all-
Standing in the shower thinking about what makes a man an outlaw or a leader. I'm thinking about power, the ways a man could use it or be destroyed by it. When the water hits my neck, I'm pissing on myself.
Yep. It's a really nice passage.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll go further. I mean, that last verse, he's talking about does this girl hate him, and he's insinuating that certain things may have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of earnesty in this that I appreciate the musician behind it.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm here for the lyrics first and foremost, and kind of the quirkiness of that.
Yeah.
I'm here to also celebrate the fact that they can do a song that's a little lighter, but never loses edge.
Right.
It still just feels dirty. It still feels like a fucking broken whiskey bottle on the floor.
Yeah.
And
Navarro coming in.
Navarro's so good. This might be one of my favorite pieces of his playing on the album as well. He just can surf through the waves so beautifully.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
This one's also just mixed really nice. The band's right behind them, reliable. Rhythm section's good. There's not a lot of fluctuation, even though you can tell they're probably, if there is a click, they're falling on and off of it, but it's for the better.
Yeah.
The front half of this album really sold me, man. Like I get it. I get why you gave it to me here. And besides the first 10 minutes of the album, I'm now all over the place. They could have stayed in that genre. They could have stayed in like a deeper, harder rock that still had movement, still had some decent tempo to it.
Yep.
And stayed within that structure, which I felt was a little safe in hindsight, but they didn't. And I enjoy it more because of that.
Cool.
I'll tell you about what I consider the entirety my read of the middle three, because we have to split it for a break.
Yep.
Right after this break.
All right.
Looking to make dry docking 0 to 100 hours. Proceed with caution.
Gonna boogie, y'all. Moving at a speed that's faster than light. Where it will take me, that I do not know. I can't see the future, but I know the past. And if I don't succeed, my planet will not last. I got to boogie out to space. Never giving up the chase. Got to boogie through outer space. Boogie, never giving up the boogie? Wanna boogie? Yeah. Wanna boogie? How about we go on and boogie? Wanna boogie? Anything with you. Wanna boogie? Wanna boogie?
Space Commander, requesting access to your rear entry port.
Access granted. Yes.
That was FUJANk with Boogie Through Outer Space.
Top 3 dog parks you ever gone to? Go.
Top 3 dog parks?
Yeah.
Are we talking hot dogs?
Any dog park.
All right. Well, Fenway Park.
Done.
You can't beat a Fenway Frank that like with the wet, crappy bread.
Okay, so on stop. That's perfect. I'm big into hot dogs.
Yeah.
Explain this one more.
So the Fenway Frank is not good food.
Okay, good. So it's not like a delicacy.
No.
It's like you have to do one time to say you did one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're small enough where you're gonna have like 6.
Got it. And pay $60, I'm sure, at this rate.
Yeah. When I was in college, I lived just close enough where I could hear the national anthem for the ballpark, and since it was during the Curse of the Bambino, I could go there and like day of pay $8 for bleacher seats and just go to the game. So I would hit my roommate up like, game's starting, you want to go? And we would just go, right?
Love that.
Awesome.
Love that.
And eat some Fenway Franks.
Oh, gosh.
And they were probably like $6, which was expensive in 1992.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive right now for a crappy hot dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there it is. Yeah, I'm big on the hot dog scene. I frequent the hot dog subreddit more than one should. My father-in-law and I, back when I lived in Frederick, were very serious about potentially starting a hot dog restaurant for late nighters because it's brilliant in that town.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of stuck there.
Yeah.
And there's no fast food down there.
Have you ever been to the top of the Empire State Building?
No.
So the 86th floor, at least it's all different now, but the last time I was there, well, first time I was there, I was, I don't know, like 7 or something like that. And we get up to the 86th floor. That's the first, so you go 86 or 102.
Got it.
Those are the observatories. On the 86th floor, they had this Empire Frank. And I don't know really what type of hot dog it is. I was too young to know what it was, but it was like the biggest, it was like a whole piece of kielbasa.
Love that. And you were like, I'm doing this.
I'm going to eat this. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I saw that now these guys, though, they're doing these hot dog stands. They see what I see. Mm-hmm. But you're looking at these $10, $20, $12 hot dogs.
No.
I was like, no, kids. We're not doing this to dogs.
Not for cheap steak, no.
No, sir. How many pig buttholes are in there? Pig buttholes. Mm-hmm. I'm going to eat my shit in peace.
Speaking of pig buttholes, did you see Olivia Rodrigo on
I'm sorry, what?
on SNL
No.
with the chocolate lava cake sketch?
No.
All right, we'll watch that.
All right. I say, because she's not bad looking.
No. You have to take chocolate lava cake and
Understood. Oh, no. I don't like where this is going at
that's
all.
where it's going.
Well, I know what we're doing after this.
All right.
All right, so I want to talk about song number 6, which is called Summertime Rolls.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of hot dogs,
There it is. How about that?
Summertime Rolls.
Yeah, we have so many of those tonight. This is the last of a series of the middle 3 songs. Mm-hmm. And this song is a slow burn.
For sure.
Take some patience. It's not a slow burn because it's long, because Ted just admitted it was long. Mm-hmm. Not a slow burn, though. It kept building.
Yeah.
This one's more like a dynamic slow burn.
Okay.
The production feels raw to the point where it feels off initially. There's a notable volume drop in the album at this point in
No,
time.
you have to pay attention when the song starts.
Exactly. And I'd like to think with modern techniques, they could have achieved the same thing, but better. This is my first time I'm going to give a bad production note to the album. I understand why it's happening. Mm-hmm. I'll somewhat set up redemption here.
Yep.
But I'm positive there's a better way to do it. And what happens here is you end up getting a very vulnerable Perry doing his job and a pretty subdued band behind him.
Yeah.
And then the song grows after a minute and a half
Yep.
into its core album volume. And I just think they could have done it better because of compression, I'm guessing. Lower volume ironically should sometimes feel more full because you're compressing less.
Right.
Compression is a way of pushing everything up though, especially lows and highs, right?
Yep.
Depending on how it's applied. Here, it's like they never changed the parameters. And so when they get hotter, everything feels more full, not at a volume level, but at more EQ level.
Yeah, the sonic space is filled out.
And you're just like, oh, and then you feel a little checked, which is
Yeah.
great. So just wanted to talk about that briefly.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think it was a choice. It just wasn't the right choice for what they're trying to do because they want to start. It's very chill to start.
Yeah, I mean, look no further. Like Coldplay, old Coldplay, not new techno Coldplay,
Right.
was so effective at this.
Yeah.
You know, and they were using 2-inch high-speed tape for some of this in order to get. You could still have really delicate, quiet single instrument all the way up to their full extreme, and never feel like someone changed the shape of the room. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
Or the density.
Yeah.
So there's a little note, and I think it sticks out so much because up until now, I've actually quite enjoyed this production, especially for '88.
Yeah.
So I guess reverse compliment. This tune, you know, does have a more traditional build sense to it as well.
Yeah.
It's not the Jane's Addiction that you had at the beginning of the album at all. And here's my favorite part of this song. There's good parts of it all across the board. I really like the ending where it's effectively, I mean, there might be another one instrument in, but it's a bunch of Perry Farrell's harmonizing over himself.
Yeah.
It's like really vulnerable. And you end up hearing like 5 of him, and it's interesting to hear the way he stacks himself. And if you can get over some squeaky notes and some of his yes, you actually end up with a pretty interesting little vocal arrangement.
Yeah.
And you're like, this guy hears things that aren't necessarily elementary. Like there's a little more to this than I've been giving credit.
Yeah.
And it makes you at that point almost want to like stop the album and go back and listen from the beginning up until then again.
Yeah.
To see what other little hidden layers are in there.
Yeah.
And on several lessons later, I can at least say I start to hear there's almost everything he does is doubled.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are low doubles that are always at like 10% of the main volume.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a wild effect.
I think the part you're talking about is the last chorus, right? Where he says, "But me and my girlfriend don't wear no shoes." That
Even
her
at
nose is painted
that's when it starts.
Pepper summer.
Yeah, that's when it
sunlight,
starts.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get back into she sings the song and listens to what it says. That part.
But there's just this part where he's just so vulnerable. It might even be that last chorus, but it's like toward.
So that he's all by himself when he says,
That's
"She
the
loves
one.
me. I mean it's serious."
That's the one.
And he's just like he's squeaking it out there as a choice.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm not giving that much credit, but yes.
Yeah, I think it's a choice. I think he's trying to sound, I don't know. What's so interesting is to me, I always thought he sounds like he's just overwhelmed by "She loves me," and I mean it's serious.
Yeah.
Right? As serious can be.
I believe that performance.
Yeah.
I believe also at the same time that there's a way he hears himself in his head and there's a way he comes out. And honestly, I bet in post, there's a way he'd be like, yeah, I'd like to sound like X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
It's like I said, a very polarizing voice.
It is.
Not to the point where I'm not enjoying the album though. And now that we've closed out the second chunk of this song, we're 66% of the way through it effectively.
Yep.
Not counting the last song.
Yeah.
I think that the middle 3 songs have kind of snuck their way into being my favorite chunk of this album.
Yeah.
Here's why. Song number 7, Mountain Song.
Okay.
The production on this song is really good. It's a wall, and the guitars sound about as good as they have on this album, period.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yep. The reverb's pulled back on the guitars a little bit. You hear more of the definition.
Which is funny because there's so much verb on some other stuff.
The whole thing, yes. Yeah.
And so, yeah, they cut. It's a very big sounding recording. You know, like, I think My Morning Jacket would be really happy with this, you know?
Yep.
The song itself, especially after coming out of that center chunk, it's just kind of there for me. Perry sounds like Perry. The players sound like the players. Navarro's off striding. I'm suddenly less interested though, because they've kind of brought me into the through the filter, through the lens into this netherworld, and to come back to something that sounds like the weakest attempt on the album at the first part of it. It's not a bad song, y'all. I'm not saying this is a bad song. I'm saying this one,
I knew this would be a cusper for you.
Couldn't catch my attention.
Yeah.
Because they've showed me so much more. This just feels vanilla. And you just say vanilla. There's nothing wrong with vanilla ice cream. The first time, second time, third time, millionth time you have vanilla ice cream is great. When you know pralines and cream and other crazy shit are out there past it, to go back to vanilla, you're almost like, oh.
Yeah.
Even though vanilla ice cream's still great. That is this for me.
Yeah. It's interesting. I used to be one of my favorite songs on the album. It is not. It's maybe my least favorite on the album.
It's mine. It's my least favorite.
I don't dislike it, but because I think there are some good moments in it. But I feel like I almost feel like, I don't know the facts on this. I almost feel like this song was the song where they said, ooh, there's some good ideas here. Let's make better songs and put them earlier in the album of these ideas. I feel like it's an amalgamation.
Yeah, there are some recycled. It just feels like a B-side of either Oceansize or Had a Dad in its own way. It's a meld.
Yep.
And I think some of that has to do with the production style and the kind of their wall of sound, if you will. I don't want to poop on it, but it's also like, okay.
Yeah. I like the way the drums are produced in it.
Yeah, I'd say. The drums and guitars sound so good.
Yeah.
It's almost too clean.
Yeah. And there's nothing really in it.
That's right.
Like lyrically. Like this, like I said, my least favorite. Everybody has their own opinion.
Yep, I agree. You scoot over to the 8th song, which is called Idiot's Rule.
Yes, they do.
Nice. Here's the thing.
Okay.
On paper, I should like this song a lot more than I do. Why? What elements would a Carl like?
The horns.
The horns?
Yep.
The funk guitar?
Yep.
Upbeat nature? Subject matter?
Yep.
These are all things a Carl should like.
Yep.
I don't.
Huh.
I had a battle of which one I like less, this song or Mountain Song. I think I'm going to stick with Mountain Song. Out of my appreciation for the attempt here.
Yep.
But the horns, first of all, let me start with the blanket statement of this one that really gets on my way. It's like the production style actually took a massive step back.
Yeah.
It's like they hired a guy who's only going to produce the horns in his way.
Yep.
And then someone else kind of gutted some of the low end of this track. Maybe it's just the way that the compression was set up for it to accommodate
the mix
more
on the
high
song
range.
Mix on the song
is
weird.
not good.
Yeah.
Then the horn parts aren't necessarily great. They're just very stabby and normal. Mm-hmm. It's like a bunch of old 65-year-old, like army band players decided to come in and write this chart.
You know who's playing trumpet?
Flea. Yeah,
Yep.
I know. And that I did not study.
Yep.
But I heard when the trumpet goes down to a solo towards the middle of the song, I knew it immediately. I was like, that's fucking Flea. And I think that might be the thing. Look, Flea's not the best trumpet player at all. I'm not even here to act like he's a good trumpet player. He's passable.
Yep.
I mean, recently he just did that whole thing where he's covering Frank Ocean.
Yep.
I support you, Flea, and I love you, buddy. And good for you for doing it. But I ain't gonna go try and call you Chris Bodie over this. Mm-hmm. And so there's an issue there where it's not clicking. Mm-hmm. You could. It feels like they grabbed the Paul or the Peter Gabriel Sledgehammer template and smeared this song together over it, right? Sure. It's got some funny reverb to it. Yeah. It just doesn't.
I always
connect.
felt, yeah. I mean, I actually do like this song. I like it quite a bit, but I'm with you. The production is weird. I always thought of that was more of a choice. This feels more like for the stuff that you're not liking, because actually the Sledgehammer template's fantastic.
I love the song. Yeah.
This is not that. I almost feel like the song was intended to be listened to or perceived as though it was playing while you're driving down the road and you're driving past the song.
It's almost generous of you.
Almost Doppler effecty in its production, which is weird, right?
I can't give him that credit on no article to back it up. Sorry.
But that's what it always sounded like to me.
There's also
not saying
accuracy
that they're
issues.
trying.
There's accuracy issues here. Dave never locks in with the horn section.
Yeah.
And Dave's used to running rampant.
Yeah.
Perry didn't even strike me. I was so distracted by the rest of the band.
Mm-hmm.
Not much I can say about him. I kind of like his messaging in it. I've listened to it hard. He's not as present either in it. I don't know. I find the whole song distracting. I will redact my comment. I do think this is unfortunately my least favorite song on the album over Mountain Song. Which one does he play mouth trumpet on? There's one where he very clearly is doing the mouth trumpet thing. Because
it's in this one.
It's this one.
It's this one. Yeah.
I like that. I think that's funny.
Yeah.
It's brave. It's a little quirky.
Yeah.
You get some points there.
Yeah.
Look, no people were hurt in the making of this song. Maybe Flea lost a tooth. That's about it.
Yeah.
And not to knock Flea, it just, this ain't your bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where, the aforementioned Blind Melon could have pulled it off better.
I agree.
They were funky dudes.
I feel like this song, if this song were on the next album, their producer would have pulled him in and fixed him because on Ritual, that album is more restrained.
Sure.
And I think what's probably challenging on this song is there's no restraint, and maybe with Flea coming in, there's three horn players that aren't, there's two other horn players that aren't Flea.
Yeah.
And I do kind of wonder if it was like a last minute, like, oh, let's write this horn part. It'd be cool. Flea's here. Let's do that. Like, I don't know the story behind the writing of it, but
if you took the Ted production on this tune and took the horns out, you have a better song.
Yeah.
Objectively.
Yeah.
And that is what it is.
Or Had a Dad.
Oh, sure. Yeah, actually, no, I think Had a Dad might be the better comp for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It didn't. The funny part is, I bet if Chili Peppers played this, it'd sound awesome.
Yep.
Because
It's not a bad song.
they naturally swing harder.
Yeah.
They just have more groove to them.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But that's that.
One thing that's interesting, I think, is this song ends with this descending, like, harmonized vocal with these drum fills, right?
Yep.
Which I always thought was a cool intro to the next song, because the next song is so out of left field on this album.
Let's talk about the next song.
Yeah.
So the next song, rounding us out at number 9, is Jane Says.
It's a song people know.
Yeah. If you don't know this one, you're lying, because there's 155 million listens on it.
Yeah.
I never, as a guy who didn't know the band, I just didn't get kind of how this song existed, where it came from, what the context was. Now, in this album, I'm surprised it's not sitting towards the middle. I'm surprised as late in the album as it is.
Yeah.
And not from a fame standpoint, just like, it's an interesting song through and through.
Yeah.
It's a 2-chord tune with some freaking pan drums, steel drums.
Yep.
A kind of linear melody.
All major thirds.
Ding dong.
If you're learning your intervals, Jane says.
Jane
it's your
says,
major
easy
third.
peasy.
Yep.
It is a better song now, having experienced the album. And I think it's my appreciation for the band more that the song didn't change. I just kind of like the band a little more now.
Yeah.
And I find Terry to be a little more tolerable.
Yeah.
And I'll give him the compliment. He does really sing with conviction here. And I really like that kind of a performance.
Yeah.
this song gets a little jarring because it's so repetitive.
It is very repetitive.
Put it this way, and one of the notes I have here pretty much says it all. This is a song that I used to turn off if it came on the radio. I'd simply mindlessly switch the station. I wouldn't yell ew and aggressively do it, but I'd be like, and not this.
Yeah.
Right. And so like I'm the same way for like who wrote Lightning Crashes?
Live.
That song comes on next. I hate that song compared to this one. This song's great for what it is.
Yeah.
It just goes on a little too long.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is about Jane, the namesake of the thing, and she did clarify some of the lyrical content here because this is just a song about her.
Yeah, it sounded like there's some domestic abuse.
Yeah, and
or
so,
at least, I mean, or dependent abuse.
Yep. She was dating an abusive man named Sergio.
Yep.
And she did wear wigs.
Okay.
But stated that she never sold her body for sex, which is what happens in the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can't take.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, it takes a lot of heart and guts to talk about these topics. So I'm not gonna sit here and shit on a song that the world likes. And it moved up in my books a little bit having the rest of this album now to kind of straighten me out as to what Jane's Addiction's all about.
Yeah. I like this song. This has never been my favorite on the album.
Yeah.
Because for me, I like the first third and I like the second third. The Mountain Song, like I said, that's my least favorite posthumously. I loved it when I was, 16, but just for the energy and anger of it and the message of it. But this song ebbs and flows for me as far as whether I would actually turn it on or whether I'd skip it.
Yeah.
And it's not because I don't like it. I do like it. I always feel like when it's on, I'm like, I don't want to hear this one right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's I think of a nice way of putting that, because that's the quality a lot of songs have.
Yeah.
And perfectly good songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last third of this album for me is definitely the weakest. And you know what? If you're gonna have a weak part of your album, put it in the last third.
Yep.
Because it's a very strong first, 2/3.
Yeah.
But we aren't fully in thirds, as there is one more song on the album, which is "Thank You Boys."
Yep.
Best song on the album. No notes.
I wasn't sure if you'd love it or hate it.
Fucking love it. I definitely love it as an ender.
Yep.
If you guys don't know, it's a 1 minute 4 second song of them absolutely butchering a jazz chart.
Yep.
It's hilarious and awesome.
Yep.
And there's some funny color in it. And then at the end, Perry going, "Thank you, boys."
Glasses spilling. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
And I think what it does though is it shows kind of like a little bit of a sense of humor, of course, but also there's, in a weird way, there's like humility.
Yeah.
I can't explain it though. Is it their willingness to kind of laugh at themselves and butcher it and be like, we would never, like,
Right.
There's something nice about it that made me have a real big smile and left me feeling a little more fulfilled with this album and a little more light-footed,
Yeah. It's a weird way to end the album.
Which is perfect.
Yep. I mean, it's only ending the album on the vinyl version,
That's right.
but because I guess it couldn't handle the 4 minutes and 30 seconds of the.
I mean, I can. Pigs and Zen's fine.
Yeah.
It ranks above Mountain Song. It ranks above Mountain Song. It's probably like my third or fourth least favorite on there. It doesn't grip from the production rhythms section standpoint,
Right.
the way I'm used to on this.
Yeah.
I think that's what irks me a little bit.
Yeah. It doesn't fit sonically. I really do like this song. I like the attitude of it. I like the groove. I like everything about this song. I just don't like it on the album.
Yeah, they also could have mixed Perry a little bit more forward.
Yeah.
Kind of tough to hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
And he's saying a lot.
Yeah, especially when he's improvising.
Indeed. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because the live version is completely different.
That's good to
stuff
know.
he says, yeah.
That explains some stuff, fills in holes.
Yeah.
Overall, first and foremost, thankful for the listen. I'm a better person having listened to that album. I'm a more interesting person. I also am just so happy to like dispel and discard some of my Jane's Addiction, like snobbery about something I haven't researched.
Right.
It's so easy to draw your conclusions based on a song or two. And like, who knows what context you catch said song in that day.
Right.
And so this is a great lesson. I listened to it, like I said, probably 8 or 9 times. And the last several were like actually highly enjoyable to the point where I was like, yeah, I like this album. And I can say honestly, I like this album. Am I skipping anything? No. If I'm listening to this album, I'm probably listening to the album. If I'm cherry picking just a song or two to put on, I can tell you very quickly what they are. And they're probably not our long ones. Honestly, at the end of the day, I mean, like, Had a Dad, pound for pound, when you look at the minute value, is the best song in the album in my book.
Huh. That's interesting.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Because it's 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Outside of that, Standing in the Shower Thinking too. Those two are balance out energy, quirkiness, and musicianship across the board.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Yep. And that tracks with more of your sweet spot, rhythmically and that sort of stuff.
I love that, anything that's kind of new funk engaged.
Yeah.
These are them. I love great guitar solos.
Yeah.
And I love when Perry Farrell's not totally hung out to dry.
Yeah.
So yeah, with those things said, just a great album. Yeah, Ocean Size is great too. Up on the Beach is such a good intro.
Yeah. Because I love the time I get, the 7 minutes or so I have at the beginning of the album, to just sort of like get to the beach, be in the ocean.
Yep.
And then that break into I Had a Dad is
awesome.
Yeah. It's well structured. From
If this was a 6-song EP and they just ran it 1 through 6, this would be a really incredible EP. The back end doesn't hurt it, but if you wanted this thing to be actually skip proof, there you go.
Yeah.
No, this is a real joy, and really kudos to the production team, because for this and the writers, all the fellows who are writing this, which is the guys in the band, I'm sure.
Yep. Perry's the lyricist, and they wrote the music.
Really impressive for '88.
Yeah.
Just did not see that coming.
Yeah. I mean, Dave Navarro gets the game ball. Like,
He absolutely does.
much,
God, he's so
much
good.
stuff in there. Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
And she's good at rhythm too. Like the layers, the layers. So yeah, I gotta go listen to more Jane's Addiction now, just to like, if anything else, to go hack through the catalog and be like, what else tickles these ears?
Well, there's not a lot. It's a short catalog, so.
What's it for?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, wow. I now see, my whole tune has changed. Now it's kind of a shame,
Yeah. I think it is. I mean, obviously, drugs get in the way. Lollapalooza changed things, for the better for Perry, I guess. And,
yeah, that's the one.
That's his thing. Yeah, let me pull up really quick their discography. It's not many albums. Yeah, it's 4. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And really, it's 2.
Because there's the live one of them.
Oh, really, it's 3 if you count the live one. Because, so you have Nothing Shocking and Ritual. Those are the ones that everyone knows. Stray Ace 2003 and The Great Escape Artist in 2011. From my opinion, they just don't hit. They're not swinging for the fences as hard as they were for this one. That's one of the things I like about this album, is that it, again, doesn't sound like anything else. And they don't give a shit.
And I thank you. And there's just such a comfort in watching people not create music for money.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, money's great, but when you create music for the craft, this one just feels very down to earth in that sense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the suggestion.
I'm glad you got some enjoyment out of it.
Well, that will conclude our second of our 2 albums for our little break here on our Convince Me segment. Yeah. I'm happy to report we both enjoyed our listening assignments.
Yeah, we did.
Do we know what we're going to release next week?
I think we're going to be protesting next week.
I love doing it.
Yeah.
Well, until then, I'm Carl Carter Fansteel.
I'm Dan Woodard.
Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week. Backwards Beats Podcast is a Tunawood production recorded live at Thought Shack Studios in Halethorpe, Maryland.
If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can find us at Backwards Beats Podcast on most platforms.
Share the love, and we'll see you next week for another deep dive into the next album on Rolling Stone Magazine's Top 500 list. Until then, salt your melons.